Hello everyone, I am your friend from class 5. Welcome to this debate on the topic Ancient and Modern Methods of Water Conservation. We all know water is essential, but many of us think that they are unlimited. In reality, fresh water is a finite source that is becoming scarce. In India, a warming climate dries up all the rivers and lakes, while rapid urbanization and water pollution puts an enormous pressure on the quality and quantity of surface and groundwater. The country's fragile agricultural system still depends primarily on rainfall. A bad monsoon will wreak havoc on the national economy. So water conservation is the necessity of the present to secure the future. As usual, we have two teams with 3 in each. One team speaks up for ancient methods and other team for modern methods. Let me call upon the first speaker, Master P. Pranav, representing ancient methods.
Good morning everyone, my name is Pranav. I am here to say the ancient method of water conservation is the best. There are many types of water conservation techniques and I am going to talk about bamboo drip irrigation system. Bamboo drip irrigation system was innovated by tribes of northeastern states. This technique economically uses water during dry season. It is practiced in hilly areas where construction of ground channels is not possible due to slopey and stony terrain. A network of channels made by bamboo pipes of various diameters allows downward flow of water by gravity. An efficient system can reduce around 20 liters of inflow water to 20 to 80 drops per minute in agricultural fields. Farmers of Kashi and Jaintiaki have successfully used this unique technique to irrigate fields of black pepper, betel, etc. It has been replicated in urban areas too, where water stored on rooftop tanks is flown through bamboo channels to irrigate fields and back gardens. Advantages of this method is that construction materials such as bamboo and fiber is locally available. It is cost effective, requiring less maintenance. Only 1 or 2 laborers are required to create a network of bamboo channel to irrigate 1 hectare of land in 15 days. The system lasts for around 3 years and which the wood rots and decomposes to become nutrient-rich soil. Main advantage of the system is that it does not pollute like plastic counterparts and is very economical and simple to construct. Thank you.
Wow, Master P. Pranav, for your great talk on ancient methods. Yes, of course, traditional methods, though less popular, are still in use and are efficient. Let's call the first speaker of the modern methods, Miss Latisha.
Good morning one and all, I am Latisha Nevis from class 6. First of all, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak supporting modern techniques of water conservation. Modern water conservation methods came into existence once population and urbanization increased rapidly, increasing the water demand. Hence, only smart techniques can solve the water scarcity. All of us who directly consume water are the most important stakeholders in managing water. While many of us urbanites use our water, a loss of water, we rarely make an effort to conserve it. Fortunately, the rooftop rainwater harvesting method has provided a solution that can be practiced easily in every household. It is a simple model where the roof acting as a catchment for rainfall, which after flowing through a series of filters and pipes is stored in ground level containers for direct use or recharge into groundwater. Using text-specs formula, the water that can be collected from your rooftop can be calculated. An area of 1000 square feet with 1 inch of rainfall is estimated to yield 2800 liters of water For an existing building, the cost of water harvesting systems can range from Rs 10,000 to Rs 30,000. Advantage is that designs are formulated for both Pukka and Kucha houses to make it a household activity. The stored water can be widely used for irrigation, domestic usage as well as animals. So I strongly repeat, modern techniques of water conservation is the best to conclude my speech. Thank you.
Miss Latisha, your speech reminds us of Mahatma Gandhi's quote, if you want to change the world, start with yourself. So you are telling us to start harvesting rainwater in our own homes first, right? Thank you. Let's call the second speaker of ancient methods, Miss Tilagapriya.
To greet you all, good morning. Old gold says the proverb and Asian method is the best. I say, I am Estilagapriya of class 5A. Have you heard of Jovets? Let me tell you. Alwar district of Rajasthan is one of the driest regions in India, water scarcity being a common occurrence. After the drought of the 1980s, the villagers attempted to review the traditional method. Water joets are extremely simple and low-cost structures that require no large equipment or expensive materials to build, simply a village of able hands and local elements. After digging a pit, the villagers shaped the extracted earth into a semicircular mud barrier. A stone drain is sometimes set up allowing access water to seep into the runoff monsoon floods and allow it to slowly recurred into the water table during the dry months. When many joyets are built in one area, they have a cumulative effect resulting in the replenishment of old aquifers. In addition, it has been shown that the water stored in the aquifers does not draw away water from communities downstream. So perhaps the key notion with the Joets is that rather than relying on engineering expertise or government action, villagers have constructed the Joets themselves through traditional methods and community participation. The result of the revival of a low-tech tradition that is far more cost-effective than high-tech dams could ever be. One of the oldest water conservation systems in India, ERI of Tamil Nadu, is still widely used around the state, with over a third irrigation on the state being made possible due to ERI. The traditional water harvesting system plays an important part in the agriculture. Without ERIs, paddy cultivation would have been impossible. ERI can either be fed through channels that divert river water or rain-fed ones. They are usually interconnected to balance the water in case of excess or leisure supply. ERIs have played several important roles in maintaining ecological harmony as flood control systems. They also have other advantages such as prevention of soil erosion, recharge of groundwater, and flood control. With hope, the judgment will favor Asian methods as the best for water conservation. I sign off. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Tilagapriya, for your valuable speech. One of the ancient engineering marvels of Tamil Nadu is ERI. Archaeological evidences also show that the practice of water conservation is deep rooted in the science of ancient India. Let's call upon the second speaker of the modern methods, Miss Priyalakshana.
Hello, I'm MJ Priyalakshana of class 6 is bringing a syringe to register modern techniques is the best method of water conservation. Wait, syringe, not to inject you. It's a rainwater syringe. Our concrete or tar roads keep rainwater from percolating in the earth's surface to swell the underground water table. Secondly, the lack of plants or trees lead to soil erosion. Mr. KJ and Toji utilize the very pressure that erodes the soil, harming the environment and ensure that the water seeps through. The rainwater syringe system has its own method to direct the water deep below the earth's surface. The fresh rainwater in the swallow tank can hold up to 1,000 liters of water. When it fills up, the total pressure pushes the water below. This pressure is so powerful it can make the water percolate to about 70 feet deep. Potable fresh water obtained by the rains, if stored well below the sea levels, can be used throughout the year. The system uses the pressure of the temporarily collected water to seep into the storage tank about 6 meters below the land surface. No machines is required to let it seep into the ground. A motor pump is used only to procure this water. The pit is fashioned according to the needs of the beneficiary. A family harvesting water will need a small sized pit, whereas a farm will require a set of about 10 deeper systems. Rainwater syringes have proven their success over the last 3 decades. For a change, use the syringe to harvest and conserve rainwater. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Priyalakshana, for describing the magic behind rainwater syringe system. Now, let's call upon the third speaker of the ancient methods, Master Sivasubramaniam.
Hello to one and all. Representing ancient methods. A. Sivasubramani, 5th standard, is here to explain two techniques, Kadin and Agarpines. Kadin is a water harvesting system present in Rajasthan in which a shallow pit is constructed at the edge of a sloping land. The rainwater from the upper reaches of the land gets deposited in the pits. These pits are connected to the dug wells which are refilled with the water. Major advantages of this technique are the water harvesting technique is economical and also reduces the dependence on groundwater. Gardens are better than dams as dams displace a large number of people and also cause flood whereas Gardens does not have any such problems. They help to reduce the shortage of water in areas of Rajasthan. Now moving to Agarpines. This system is an indigenous irrigation technology which continues to irrigate substantial areas even today in South Bihar plains of India. This system has evolved from an understanding of the particular agroclimatic conditions of the region. Agars are reservoirs and consist of a major embankments across the line of the drainage with two sides embankments running backwards to the line of the drainage, gradually notching their heights because of the gradient of the surface. Thus, an agar resembles a rectangular catchment basin with only 3 embankments and the fourth side left to open for the drainage water to enter the catchment basin following the natural gradient of the country. The sustainability of Agarpine system can be judged by the fact that these modes of irrigation are in existence of centuries. Writing in the early part of this century, all the Agarpine systems that exist today are at least nearly 100 years old. The main reason of sustainability of this indigenous system is that advantages emanating from them are twofold. First, this system utilizes water which otherwise would be wasted. Second, This system, particularly in the past, saved the plains of South Bengal from the recurrent flood which otherwise would have devastated the countryside regularly. Thus, I strongly say ancient method of water conservation is the best and believe the judge will declare the same. Save water. Thank you.
Well said, Master Sivasubramaniam. Since ages, people have experienced excess and scarce water. It's due to rainfall and the land topography. But they did agriculture with water conservation. That's true. Last but not the least, let's call upon the third speaker of the modern methods, Miss Olivia.
I am Olivia Joel of Standard 5, wishing you a very good morning. Come on, keep life simple. Why always big technology and adults try for everything when we kids can help while we play? Yes, I am talking about joy pumps. Have you ever imagined filling up an overhead tank by kids playing around? Well, this innovation was designed to mitigate water scarcity problems in villages with no clean surface water source, no electricity, and poor monetary capacity. A merry-go-round wheel or a seesaw is an arrangement similar to a conventional hand pump. As children ride on these wheels, groundwater is drawn and tank around 8 to 10 meters above ground is filled. It can also be used to pump water from borewells and large storage tankers. It can be installed even at far-off places and has easy maintenance. It's basically a community structure and can be set up in schools, parks, villages, and relief camps. It has been used in developing countries like India and Africa. Another simpler one is water wheel technique. This innovation comes from a foreign visitor who was inspired by the women from the villages of Rajasthan who carried round earthen mud cars on head for long distances in hot weather. This invention has made carrying water not only an effortless but fun activity. It is a round wheel-shaped storage tanker with an attached handle on top to provide painless mobility. It has already become popular in the villages of Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, and Rajasthan. Designed to reduce the drudgery and save time of working women, water wheel can hold up to 10 to 50 liters of water in hygienic conditions. It's designed for lasting on tough terrains and made from high quality plastic. It's affordable to costing around 2000 rupees. Before I conclude, let me tell about ferro cement tanks technique. This is a low-cost alternative for expensive water harvesting containers made of masonry, plastic, and RCC. It has proved highly effective in high rainfall regions where large amounts of water need to be stored in clean form. These tanks require materials like sand, cement, mild steel bar, and galvanized iron wire mesh can be easily constructed by semi-skilled laborers. It's light in weight and can be molded into any shape required. It's believed for lasting around 25 years with little maintenance. It can be appropriate for use in Indian villages and disaster-prone areas as it is fireproof and tough in build. I join my team raising hands for modern techniques of water conservation and thank in advance for the judgment in favor of the same. Thank you.
Yeah, Miss Olivia, it's always the simple that produces the marvelous. Let's all be thoughtful about water conservation. Thank you. Now that it's time to conclude our debate. Firstly, I thank and appreciate all the speakers for their valid points in favor of their teams. I conclude that ancient water conservation techniques and modern water conservation techniques is not so different except for the different in difference in area or region where it is implemented. Moreover, the basic concept underlying these techniques is that rain should be harvested whenever and wherever it falls. In simpler form, say catch it where it falls. Yes, catch the rain where it falls. The need of the hour is not to debate over this, but to find ways to conserve and manage water such that future generations can also make use of this water. So let's pledge to follow 5 R's to minimize the crisis of water scarcity. Number 1. Reduce wastage of water. Number 2. Reuse used water.